So I thought I'd start this course by talking a little bit about how I came about the low FODMAP diet and why I'm on it and how it came about. So about 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, for those of you who don't know. And it was really kind of a pain in my left-hand side of my stomach, which I had on almost a daily basis. And it would go from everything from a really kind of dull ache through to very, very sharp pains that literally had me bent double. So it was really quite nasty. And I put up with it for a number of years. And in the end, I decided to go to a GP. GP didn't really know how to diagnose it or to deal with it. So they told me to kind of be less stressed, yeah, that's helpful. Try to vary my diet and change things, but didn't really give me an awful lot of help in that area. And I decided then to look for a specialist advice, and that specialist gave me a bit more help, but then they sent me to hospital to have certain tests and nothing came back. And in the end, it seemed that every professional was of the opinion that really this was just something you had to kind of live with and put up with. So when my son Oscar was born, which was 2 and a bit years ago, I was really, really bad and really, really struggling. And some nights I would come home and I just wouldn't be able to pick him up. I couldn't carry him because I was like bent double on the sofa and it was really nasty. So I thought, I've got to do something about this. This is terrible. So this had probably been about 5 or 6 years after the last time that I'd actually been to a doctor. So things had obviously changed and I thought, this is it, I need to do something about it. So I went back to a GP, a different one, and I told them about it. And they said, look, I don't know an awful lot about this, but I have heard about this diet called the low FODMAP diet. It's come out of Australia. If you go to a GP in Australia and you have IBS, there's a very good chance that you'll get put onto or recommended this diet. So you might want to check it out. But they didn't really know anything about it. So I spent the next 3 or so months just researching everything I possibly could about this diet because it was that much of a big deal to me. I wanted to be able to play with my son, I wanted to be able to pick him up, and so on. So I became kind of a self-professed expert in the subject, but I was still making a lot of mistakes and struggling with it a lot. So I ended up looking for a dietitian, and I went through a couple of dietitians here in the UK, and before finding one that was really, really good down in a place called Torquay down in the southwest. And she really helped me to understand the diet a lot better. And one of my points before you go any further is that I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a GP, I'm a self-taught expert in this area now. So if you are going to carry on and take any of the advice that I give you in this session or sessions, then please do go and seek professional help with it, because it really will be very, very valuable, and they'll help you with all the intricacies of this quite complicated diet. So that's my story, that's my history with it, and that's why I feel so passionately about this, because since being on this diet, it has changed my life. And if I can change one other person's life because of that, then that's what I want to do. So that's why I feel passionately. That's why I wanted to create this series of lectures on this topic. And I hope that just one of you will find some value in it.